You know, alright, I'm gonna show you what I got going on over here. Getting ready to do the driver's side frame stiffener, and I haven't drilled any of the holes in it yet. These ones that are circled are all ones that don't get filled in, that stay open for steering box or whatever, for whatever reason. I've been having to grind a little bit on this edge and this edge because it won't fit. It won't quite butt up against the bottom part of the frame because it's hitting here and it's hitting down here. So I'm trying to get it to where it'll fit down in there to where I have enough room that I can weld on this side, so that I don't just weld it to this part, but I weld it to the side of the frame as well. And same with here, like if I can run a bead that'll connect it to this piece, then I can run a bead over the top, clean it up to connect to this piece, just a little more strength. I don't know, it was brought to my attention about drilling the extra holes, by a guy that I work with. He was saying that I might be actually weakening the frame because I'm adding a lot of heat with all these holes, but I don't really think so. You know, there is a lot of heat going into this thing, but I don't think I'm weakening the frame at all. It's sitting out here in the sun and it's touchable, but you know, that's about as much heat as it had on it when I was welding it. And I think maybe on the sides, instead of going how I was doing, you know, from this hole to this hole to this hole to this hole, I'll get it up there, butt it up there, I'll weld at one end, go to the other end, weld back at the other end, go to the other end, or do the middle, or do something like that to help spread the heat and get it to dissipate a little bit faster, and maybe I'll take more breaks. But I think it'll work. This thing should be pretty strong. You know, it's pretty strong right now. I just don't like, you know, those welds, you know, just being the only thing that's connecting the frame. And then I heard it's good for the trucks because they're a little more flexy, I guess you could say, because they don't have, you know, a body to act as part of the rest of the frame. They just have the cab and the beds up on the frame, and the frame flexes. But then I've heard these are actually stronger than these, so I doubt it. I think these are just the same as, you know, an XJ. So I don't know, I just wanted to show you what I was doing. Like I said, I haven't drilled the holes yet in the sides. I started marking for this side. I keep marking on the outside. I'm going to wind up having to flip it over and put it in the drill press from the other side for the most part. But half of them holes won't get drilled in, you know. And if I could get a bigger bit, I might get a step bit. A couple of them from Harbor Freight. I used to have some, but I think I broke them. And drill a little bit bigger holes in like some of these areas. Well, the smaller holes I like better, like this size, because I think it adds plenty of strength and I can fit more of them on there. But it should be plenty strong. So I'm on night shift. I'm on night shift now. So I'm doing this stuff in the daytime before work, which actually helps. It's kind of interesting how much more motivated in a way you are when you're doing stuff before work, rather than you go and do work and then you come home and then you just want to not do anything really. Most of the time, at least for me. Unless, you know, it's going fishing or going for a drive or something, then, you know, it's something that's relaxing. But this is actually pretty relaxing. So I'm going to continue on until I get this thing to fit. Then I'm probably going to start drilling the holes, because I want to get it at least tacked up in there, you know, by tomorrow, or what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, Friday, something. Won't be able to do too much this weekend because I have drill is this weekend. So I think this time I'm going to leave that open. I don't think I'm going to fill it in, because I don't know. Maybe I'll drill some holes on the sides, and that will be for the strength, and just leave that open. Just prime her up really, really good in there. Clean it out, you know. But I think this will work. Alright, here we are. Got my welder out. Got this thing all drilled out and set up. Kept having issues with those drill bits, so I went to Home Depot and bought some carbide bits, like 3 different sizes. I think 5/16, 7/16, and 1/2 inch, and just did all these holes, and just, you know, in the 5/16, and then went up, stepped it up to 7/16, and then, you know, did them all, then did them all back again, and 1/2 inch. So what I'm going to do here now is I got my C-clamps kind of holding it into place. I mean, back here it's pretty close along this edge, and it kind of, I don't know if you can see that there's a gap, so I'm going to pound that with a hammer. Same with here, it's kind of a pretty bad gap, but I got my holes. These ones are pretty well lined up, except for like that one, and then like that bottom one. That one's pretty good, so I'll have to deal with those. Actually, this side is a lot better lined up than that middle stiffener. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably fill in this hole here because it's the closest, and then move up here and do like that one, or that one actually, and then I'm just going to slowly, you know, work with the hammer or whatever until I can get them, you know, each of these holes close enough to the butted against this frame, weld it in, and then I'll go to the edges like this and pound them up with the hammer so they're a lot closer, because yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on with that. You know, it's understandable though. You know, just do the ones that are closer and just beat it with a hammer. So this is the driver's side, so we'll see how it does. Once I start, I won't be able to stop. So alright, I'll get you back when I've got a little bit done here. Alright, and we're back. For a little while anyway, I just ran out of wire. Those little spool wheels don't last very long. But I'm doing this is the passenger side. Started on doing it. I think when I get up to about here, so then I'm going to put a jack under here, and I'm going to jack up on this with a 2x4, and then try and get it up, and then use these big C-clamps, maybe some of the smaller ones like that one, and I don't know where my other one is, to bring it that way, you know, bring it closer so I can start welding it and whatever. But I don't know if I've already shown this side or not, but down back here I trimmed too much on the top side of this piece, so it's really thin. So I'm just gonna, you know, run a few more beads through it, grind it off, smooth it all off, make it look pretty when it's all done. You know, and then I don't think I'm ever gonna do a long arm on this truck, so I'll probably just fill in, connect this bracket piece, just with the weld. And I need to, wish I had a cutting torch because I need to, right up in there, I need to heat it and pound it up closer with a hammer. And probably right there too. It's not as bad as what the other side was. I had to wind up cutting these pieces off. I haven't welded them yet, but thought I'd finish this side or get this side most of the way done. Got the piece that goes off under into here. They're actually sitting up here, these guys, and I'm gonna clean them up and I'm gonna weld them back on. They don't really affect anything, you know. I mean, they do for strength, but once I weld it back up in there, get all lined up, it can add just as much strength. I hate them damn wasps. I've been building nests in this thing this whole time. I'm pretty excited. I want to get this thing done, but got jury duty next month, all next month. This suck. Hopefully they don't want me. Yep, and then that, I'll jack it up, and then clamp it over, get it all tacked and welded in. Be cool. Yep, this thing's seen better days, but it'll be good enough. Sounds pretty solid. Yep, weld it all up, all through here. Get it done. Got my radiator in there. It's ready to go. Toss money, and then I gotta do this. I bought it like this. So I either need to go out to a wrecking yard and find a wrecked up Cherokee or something and cut this piece out, and then bring it in, you know, and then weld it in. Because on this white one, it's starting to crack in certain spots too, so I'm gonna have to touch it up so then this door will close better. But yeah, I love this truck. This is what I wanted. Wish the steering column tilted, but I heard, I mean, if any of you see this video and watch it to the end at least, let me know what kind of it was like Chevy Caprice or something like that had or Cavalier or something, that they used they used the steering columns from those in the earlier Cherokees and these. So I want to find out, because I want to get a tilt shifter column for this one, and then for that gold one over there. Because I've already shown you, I think, that I took a bench seat out of one of these Comanches. I always talk about this stuff, it's funny. But anyway, like, has a tilt column but no shifter, and the shifter's on the floor. And I've built that center console deal. I need to finish it and put it back in here. Get some headrests put on it though. It's super hot in here right now. Jeez, I need to tint the windows a lot better, a lot darker. Probably like that truck and that white one over there. Be a lot cooler inside. But anyway, I'm gonna get one for that. But let me clean up all my stuff, and I'm pretty much done on this thing, I think, for today. I need to get new studs on that. But yep, and then that axle's going under this thing, so it'll be a little bit stronger. It's been a good axle, and I actually did, yes, I checked gear ratios, 355s for this truck, and 355s were in that one. That's what's in this rear end and the front end. I wish I would have kept the front end that was out of the white Jeep, because it doesn't have that CAD disconnect system in it. And then I can get rid of that posi link or whatever it is that's in there. But oh well. I'll just gotta change where the leaf spring perches are. I think the shocks. It'll be good. I think they go in a little bit. And that won't be good for a while until I can find some Dana 44s and stick under it. But it should be good. I think there's new brakes in this thing too, so that'll probably help out too. Yep, getting excited though. I'm gonna put a roll bar on it. I guess I'll talk a little more about it. I want to get rid of this box, even though it's super nice, throwing stuff back in there. It takes up a lot of bed space, I feel, and I thought about getting one of them soft covers, like canopies, you know, putting on this sometimes for, like, you know, weather. But I want to put a roll bar on it, and I'm going to put those off-road lights, LED lights and stuff on it, probably spotlights, not floodlights, because floodlights seem to reflect off the dash and get in, you know, reflect back at you and blind you. Got a roll bar out here actually. Let me let these dogs go. We'll go back out there. Let me bring you back in a minute. Alright, here we are. Here we are in the backyard. Right here. Here's my roll bar. It's like one of the ones that like comes apart. Right there in bolts. I'm gonna change that. It's gonna be solid when I put it in that truck. I'm gonna weld probably a piece of channel steel over the top of this and make like a nice flat surface, because then what I thought about doing was doing one over, maybe one under, making a receiver. Might just do it on the top, because I want a receiver to go out towards the front, because I have that cargo rack I could put up in there if it'll clear the roof, and have like a roof rack on the front of that thing, and then out the back have one so that when I get a ATV winch and mount it on a receiver hitch hookup, and I can pull animals up into the bed of that, or anything else, garbage, boat, until I get a boat trailer. I don't have a boat yet anyway. Alright, it's been a while since I've done an update on working on this Comanche. I don't remember quite where I left off without having to go to the previous videos, or damn wasps. Yeah, it's been a while. I don't remember. I got this side completely done. Looks like crap, but look a lot better once I take a grinder to it and maybe a flapper wheel, one of the flapper discs, smooth it all down, make it look, you know, pretty enough, and then paint it up, clean it all up inside. Yellow jackets living inside this thing. So this side's done, other than getting it cleaned up. Working on the last side. All I had left, I thought I was almost done when I took the break from doing all this, but I still have, I don't know if you can see it, that side all the way up to back up in here. I gotta do, I'm gonna fill in the little knuckles, because I don't want water getting back up in there and rusting it out. Let's see where else. And I had around here was left. I'm gonna kind of fill in back here a little bit, add a little more strength, and make it look pretty. A little more pretty anyway. But yeah, once I clean it all off and get it ground down and painted, be ready to throw the axle back in here, which I'm pretty excited to do. We only got a couple more months, you know, till winter hits, and we don't know how bad it's going to be. So yeah, that's the deal for my four-wheel drive right there. That little, so the light comes on the dash. There's that little vacuum deal, but it has that cable that's laying out back over in there. But I took a break from doing this because that's one of my spare, when I went to go pick up the spare hood and fenders and the front grill setup for this thing, the guy had a radiator mounting bracket, that goes across the top, and it had that fan attached. Well, here recently I hooked it up and it works, so I cleaned it up a little bit because I got a plan for that. My uncle taught me a long time ago that they used to, as a kind of a cheap way, it's kind of sun rotted, but after it gets used, it'll be fine. To keep things running, like heater motors and stuff of theirs, they would drill a hole in the back and just right up to the shaft of the motor, and then you take some like if there's enough clearance in there, he would take like white lithium grease or electric grease or something like that, and he would spray it back up in there and just let it run and let it soak in. So I did that, got it to quiet down a little bit. Then you take some silicone, and all I had was the clear stuff, and you just drop a bead on there to help seal it from moisture. But what I'm going to do is there's the one that's going to get hooked up to the temp switch. Let me turn this welder off. But I'm going to take the clutch fan off completely. I'm going to grind it off, take off the pulley, use your shorter belt like I've seen some videos on there. I'll probably try and link some of them down below. But I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to put that other fan on the back side of the radiator here. I eventually want AC, but I think I'm going to I don't know, I might remove it and get one of them pulleys, the block off deal. So it's just a free floating pulley that's laying there. And then what else? I'm hoping there's nothing too wrong with here. When I had installed the new water pump, I can't remember which bolt I stripped out. I think it was one of these or one of those. I can't remember. But that other electric fan is going to go here, and it's going to get